How did I get started in acting? Because a lot of people have asked me. Well, not a lot, but enough to where I felt like making a video would help some people. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Audrina Rosales. I got started at the beginning of 2022, so it's been almost 4 years now. Acting is something that I always wanted to do, but I was too scared to try. I did theater when I was 8 to 10, and then I never did it again. Never did any acting after that. I did do one of those cattle call auditions where they're like, do you want to be the next Disney star? Come on downtown. And I went downtown when I was 12. There was a bunch of people. Then they sent everyone in different rooms, and I was the first one to go. And I just remember going at the end, and the casting person or whoever was there was like, nice. And then I heard back, but apparently it was gonna be too much money to go fly out over there. And so that was the end of my Disney Channel dreams. But fast forward 10 years later, I was living in Dallas at the time. Honestly, my brother kind of inspired me to start this whole journey because he's an artist and he's just really been taking it by the reins. So I was like, I'll never know if I actually want to do this unless I try. And I didn't want to live with that regret. First off, I looked up how to get started in acting for beginners. A few YouTube channels actually helped me out in my journey. Kurt Yu, Michaela Lizak, and Audrey Hope. Audrey Hope, more so her beginning videos were very helpful. Also Michaela Lizak. And then Kurt Yu is still in the industry and he's given a lot of great advice. I highly recommend checking them out. Obviously there's a bunch of other creators that talk about acting and all that stuff, but those are just the ones that I first found and got a lot of good advice from. After doing that, one of the things that everybody recommends is to take acting classes. If there are acting classes available to you in person, I would recommend going to those. They can be a little pricey, but if your parents are willing to help or if you are willing to save and put your money towards that, that's a good investment. There's also a bunch of classes online. Some that I've taken, I will pop up here. These are some casting directors who are well known in the industry and have been doing this for a while. The classes I took in Dallas, I only took 2 in person in Dallas. And the very first class that I took was with Sherelle Actor Studios. I have to give a shout out. So after I was at my first acting class or acting studio for a little bit, I went on these casting websites. The 3 most well-known ones are Backstage, Casting Networks, and Actors Access. Backstage is really where you can find student films. You can find a bunch of stuff on there, but it's not as reliable as Casting Networks and Actors Access. However, Backstage is where I found my first 2 student films that I did, and the quality of these 2 student films were really, really good. One was at SMU. I had a small part in that film, and another one was at my alma mater, University of North Texas. And the students there were really, really talented. I had a bigger role in that short film. Unfortunately, it's not released to the public, but they were kind enough to send me the whole film so I could get footage or clips for my demo reel. So basically, you can sign up on Casting Networks and Actors Access. I'm forgetting the prices, but you can either do a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. Casting Networks is where you can find student films and a lot of commercial work, and Actors Access is where you can find everything on there, but I've found that most of the films and the big TV show stuff, they're on Actors Access. And you don't need an agent to, submit yourself for these things. That's the beautiful thing. You can submit yourself, and I did that for a while before I finally got my agent. And that leads me to the demo reel. Demo reel is basically where you show your acting chops in a video. It's usually not that long. It shouldn't be that long. Maybe a minute and a half tops, 2 minutes maybe. Keep it short and sweet. Put your best clips at the front. Show people what you got. You know what I'm saying? So after I did those 2 student films and I had a scene that I did in acting class, I put those in my demo reel, and that's the demo reel that I currently still have. I need to update it. You can literally just do a monologue. You can do a self-tape and put that together as your demo reel. That is perfectly acceptable as well. So after about 1.5 years of doing student films, putting my demo reel together, I finally started cold emailing a bunch of agencies in Dallas, Austin, LA, Atlanta, New Mexico, and you basically just look up agencies in Dallas, agencies in Austin, and a bunch of them will come up. You go to their website and they tell you how to submit to them. There's usually just an email, and they tell you if you need to submit your headshots, resume, demo reel. So I just did that for a while, for months, until I heard back from the agency that I have had. We just hopped on a Zoom call. She just wanted to know a little bit about my story, and it was a smaller agency based in Dallas called Broad Talent Agency. I have been with her for 2023, so 2 years. That's crazy. Through her, I have been able to work in some pretty big brands for commercials, Home Depot, Dairy Queen, some healthcare places in the Houston, Austin area. That is how I got my role in Honey Don't. She sent me I already explained that in my whole Honey Don't video, but I basically got that opportunity because of my agent. I guess the last thing, your headshots. So the camera that I'm filming on right now, I actually had my ex-boyfriend take my headshots on this camera. They turned out pretty decent. So I used that for a while until I saved up enough money to actually go to a headshot photographer. The quality is just like a lot better, obviously. It was kind of pricey, but it's really just to showcase your eyes, your personality. Google will be your best friend. YouTube will be your best friend. Acting has definitely made me more outgoing, and for that I am grateful. I'm still a shy person for the most part, but I've definitely gotten out of my shell. You have to if you want to do this. And you got to deal with a lot of people, a lot of interesting characters. Just learning how to navigate that has also been definitely a journey, but this is what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I would do if acting doesn't work out, but it is going to work out, so I don't got to worry about that. Yeah, I hope this video was really helpful. I just kind of summed up everything that I did to get to where I am, and obviously everybody's journey is going to be different. You got this, I got this, we got this. Okay, I'm gonna go eat some food now. Bye.